For centuries, astronomers believed the solar system ended with Neptune, the eighth planet, the final giant. Beyond it, nothing but darkness. An endless ocean of frozen space stretching toward the stars. But what if that isn't true? What if something enormous is hiding beyond Neptune, watching from the shadows of the solar system? It sounds like science fiction. Yet for decades, astronomers have been chasing clues that suggest our solar system may still hold one final, undiscovered secret. Not another asteroid, not a distant comet, but perhaps an entirely new planet, or something even stranger. To understand why scientists take this possibility seriously, we first need to travel beyond Neptune. More than 4.5 billion kilometers from the Sun, sunlight has become incredibly weak. At this distance, the Sun appears as nothing more than an exceptionally bright star. Temperatures plunge below minus 220 degrees Celsius. Everything moves in silence. It is a realm almost completely untouched since the birth of the solar system. This mysterious region is known as the Kuiper Belt, a vast ring of icy objects left over from the formation of the planets more than 4.5 billion years ago. Pluto lives here, along with thousands of frozen worlds. Some are only a few kilometers across. Others rival entire planets. But astronomers soon noticed something they couldn't explain. Several of these distant objects weren't orbiting the Sun randomly. Instead, their orbits seemed strangely organized, almost as if an invisible hand were guiding them. At first, many scientists assumed it was just a coincidence. After all, when you're studying only a handful of distant objects, unusual patterns can appear by chance. But as more discoveries were made, the mystery only grew. Again and again, astronomers found icy worlds following elongated orbits that all pointed in roughly the same direction. That shouldn't happen. Over billions of years, gravity from the giant planets should have scattered these objects into completely different paths. Yet they remained oddly aligned. Something appeared to be influencing them. Imagine walking through a forest after fresh snow. You don't see anyone, but you notice footprints, broken branches, trees bent in the same direction. You may never see who passed through, but you know something was there. That's exactly how astronomers feel about the outer solar system. They don't see the object itself. They see its possible fingerprints. Then came one of the most controversial ideas in modern astronomy. In 2016, researchers proposed the existence of Planet 9. According to their calculations, an undiscovered planet several times more massive than Earth could be orbiting far beyond Neptune. Not a small, icy body like Pluto, a true planet, perhaps 5 to 10 times Earth's mass. So distant that it could take 10,000 to 20,000 years to complete a single orbit around the Sun. Think about that. While Earth experiences 1 year, Planet 9 wouldn't even notice the passage of time. Entire human civilizations could rise and fall before it completed a tiny fraction of its journey. And because it would be so far away, it would receive almost no sunlight. From its surface, the Sun would look like nothing more than an unusually bright star in an almost completely black sky. Finding such a world is unbelievably difficult. Even the largest telescopes on Earth can only observe tiny sections of the sky at once. Searching for Planet 9 is like looking for a single grain of sand somewhere across an entire continent. And yet, astronomers continue the hunt, because, if they're right, the solar system isn't finished. The map hanging in every classroom around the world may still be incomplete. And if one hidden planet exists beyond Neptune, who's to say there isn't something even more extraordinary waiting farther out? But what makes astronomers so confident that something could be hiding beyond Neptune? The answer isn't based on blurry photographs or mysterious signals from deep space. It's based on gravity. Gravity never lies. Even when an object is completely invisible, its gravitational pull can reveal its presence. This is exactly how Neptune itself was discovered. In the early 1800s, astronomers noticed that Uranus wasn't moving exactly as predicted. Something unseen appeared to be tugging on its orbit. Using only mathematics, scientists calculated where that hidden object should be. When telescopes pointed toward that location, there it was, Neptune, discovered because of its gravity before anyone had actually seen it. Today, researchers are attempting something remarkably similar. Instead of Uranus, they're studying dozens of icy objects far beyond Pluto. These distant worlds, known as trans-Neptunian objects, travel through some of the most remote regions of the solar system. Most of them should have random orbits, but a surprising number don't. They seem to cluster together in ways that are difficult to explain. Some even have highly tilted orbits, as if something massive had pulled them out of the normal plane of the solar system. Computer simulations have shown that a hidden planet could produce exactly these kinds of effects. Over millions of years, its gravity would slowly reshape the orbits of smaller objects, not with sudden movements, but with tiny, almost invisible nudges. Year after year, century after century, until the entire outer solar system began to reveal a pattern. It's like watching leaves floating on a lake. You can't see the current beneath the surface, but by observing the leaves, you know it's there. However, not every scientist agrees. Some researchers argue that the evidence isn't strong enough. Perhaps the strange orbits are simply the result of observational bias. After all, telescopes don't observe the entire sky equally. Maybe we've only discovered the objects that happen to fit this apparent pattern. Others suggest that the combined gravity of hundreds of smaller icy bodies could create similar effects without requiring a giant hidden planet. It's one of astronomy's biggest ongoing debates. And that's what makes it so exciting. No one knows the answer yet. Meanwhile, the search has become more advanced than ever. Powerful observatories around the world are scanning the skies night after night. Soon, the Vera C. Rubin Observatory will begin one of the most detailed surveys of the southern sky ever attempted. Its enormous camera will capture vast regions of space with unprecedented sensitivity. If Planet 9 is out there, many astronomers believe this telescope has one of the best chances of finding it. But what if they don't? What if years pass and no planet appears? That would be just as important, because it would force scientists to rethink everything they thought they knew about the outer solar system. Perhaps the mysterious orbits have an entirely different explanation. Perhaps several smaller worlds are working together instead of one giant planet. Or perhaps we're missing a piece of physics we haven't yet discovered. History has shown that the universe often refuses to fit neatly into our expectations. Every time astronomers think they've solved one mystery, another one appears beyond it. And beyond Neptune, the mystery is only getting deeper. Because even if Planet 9 exists, it may not be the only thing hiding in the darkness. And perhaps that's the most fascinating part of this entire mystery. We still don't know how our own solar system truly ends. For centuries, maps of the world contained blank spaces labeled unknown lands. Today, those blank spaces no longer exist on Earth, but they still exist in space. Beyond Neptune lies a region so vast that it challenges the limits of human imagination. The distance between Neptune and the nearest star is almost impossible to comprehend. And within that enormous darkness, there may still be worlds we've never seen. If Planet 9 exists, it could completely rewrite our understanding of how the solar system formed. Current models suggest that the giant planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, formed much closer together than they are today. Over millions of years, their gravitational interactions caused them to migrate outward. But what happened to the rest of the planets that may have formed alongside them? Some astronomers believe Planet 9 could be one of those missing worlds. A planet that was violently thrown into the outer solar system billions of years ago during a chaotic period of planetary migration. Instead of escaping into interstellar space, it remained barely connected to the sun's gravity, alone, traveling through almost eternal darkness. If that's true, Planet 9 would be a survivor from the solar system's earliest days. A frozen relic carrying clues from a time long before Earth even had oceans. But there are even stranger possibilities. Some researchers have wondered whether the unseen object isn't a planet at all. Could it be a primordial black hole? A tiny black hole formed shortly after the Big Bang. It's an extraordinary idea. And at the moment, there is no evidence that such an object exists in the outer solar system. Still, the fact that scientists are willing to explore possibilities like this shows just how mysterious the observations really are. When ordinary explanations don't fully fit, science begins asking extraordinary questions. That's not because scientists believe wild theories. It's because every hypothesis must be tested against the evidence. Most will eventually be ruled out, but occasionally, one changes everything. History is filled with discoveries that once seemed impossible. No one expected thousands of planets around other stars. No one imagined black holes could be photographed. No one believed we would detect ripples in space-time itself. Yet, today, all of those discoveries are scientific reality. Perhaps Planet 9 will join that list. Or perhaps it won't. Either outcome would teach us something profound. Because science isn't about proving our favorite idea correct. It's about following the evidence wherever it leads. And that's exactly what astronomers are doing today. Night after night, powerful telescopes continue scanning the darkness beyond Neptune. Searching, measuring, comparing, waiting for a tiny point of light to move ever so slightly against the background stars. One observation, one image, one discovery. That's all it could take to reveal a world that has remained hidden for more than 4 billion years. Imagine the moment. An astronomer notices a faint object where none had been seen before. Days later, it moves. Weeks later, its orbit begins to emerge. Months later, the calculations confirm it. Humanity has discovered a new planet. The first truly major planet found in our solar system in nearly 2 centuries. It would instantly become one of the greatest astronomical discoveries of the modern era. But even if that day never comes, the search itself is changing how we see the universe. It's reminding us that exploration isn't over. Our own cosmic neighborhood still contains unanswered questions. We often imagine the greatest mysteries lying in distant galaxies billions of light years away. Yet one of the biggest mysteries may be hiding much closer, just beyond the orbit of Neptune, waiting, silent, invisible against the blackness of space. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember this. Everything you've ever learned about the solar system may not be the complete story. Beyond the last known planet, beyond Pluto, beyond the frozen worlds of the Kuiper Belt, there may still be something out there. A hidden giant, a forgotten planet, or a discovery no one has even imagined yet. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey through the greatest mysteries of space. Because in astronomy, the most exciting discovery is often the one we haven't made yet. And somewhere beyond Neptune, the next great secret of the solar system may already be waiting to be found.